everyone, my name is Allie and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the 3 books that I've read in the beginning half of September before the Latinx book bingo. So as you can tell, I am in a kind of different angle than I normally am. I'm actually sitting down on a chair for this one because I just kind of felt like I wanted to make this video a little less formal, and I feel like standing makes videos really formal for some reason. That doesn't make sense to me now that I'm saying it out loud, but it made sense in my head, so we're just gonna go with it. But also, you guys don't really get to see this part of my bookshelf very often. Like, you kind of get to see this shelf, but you really never get to see my contemporary shelf, and you never really get to see the books that are kind of just thrown onto this shelf. Okay, so let's get right on into the books. So like I said, I read 3 books from the beginning of September to right now. I actually just finished one of these books on Wednesday, and I've kind of taken the last 2 days off right before the Latinx book bingo readathon because I just needed a little break, and I know that I'm going to be reading a lot of books for this readathon. So I knew that I would need just like a little time off from reading so I can get prepared to jump right into Love in the Time of Cholera by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. So the first book that I read in the beginning of September was Bring Me Their Hearts by Sarah Wolfe. And I have been raving about this book so much for like ever since I read it. It's just been like my new favorite book. It's actually on my favorite shelf. I have this and my art copy of this book, because I love it so much. Like, I was just blown away by this book. It really exceeded all of my expectations for it, and like I've said before, I went in with super low expectations. So I'm not really sure if that possibly had anything to do with why I like this book so much, but I think it might have been just like a little bit of a factor. Still, I absolutely loved this book, like more than I can really explain. Basically, this book is about a girl named Zara, and she is a heartless, and what that means is that a witch took her heart and kind of made her into a half-living sort of being. She's not totally immortal, she's not totally dead, but she's like half dead, half alive. So basically, Zara is tasked with making the prince fall in love with her and then turning him into a heartless. Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me! This is not working for me, guys. I don't know what's going on. So basically, Zara is tasked with having the prince fall in love with her so she can take his heart and turn him into a heartless in return for her own heart. So basically, what I loved the most about this book was the character of Zara, and she is just so headstrong and witty and funny, and I just loved her so much because she is kind of like that villain-esque sort of character, sort of like an anti-hero. Actually, what I liked a lot about this book is that it kind of reminded me of Ella Enchanted for some reason. You know, in the part of Ella Enchanted where she is told to go kill the prince, and she's in the garden with him, and she has like the dagger over like his back, and she's about to kill him, and she's like, I will no longer be obedient. Like, that is what this book reminded me of. Just like that scene. It's just like, I just love this book so much, and it's definitely like the kind of fantasy that I want more of. I want more of this kind of fantasy where it's just like really fun and slightly romantic, but also kind of evil and twisted and weird and also diverse, which is really nice. It was a really good breath of fresh air to have such a diverse fantasy, and I really appreciated that about this book, because I kind of went into it thinking that it was going to be super low on the diversity, and I was really worried, and then I read it and I found out that I had nothing to worry about. And I think I wrote on Twitter kind of being like, this is how you write a fantasy about a white main character while still keeping it really diverse. And if you want to know more of my thoughts on this book, I do have a full review both on Goodreads and my blog, so you can definitely go check it out on either platform, and you'll get to know more about why I absolutely love this book and why I think you should read it. So the next book I read in September was Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch, and I'm trying to get it so it's not so overexposed, and I think it's working, thankfully. And I absolutely love this cover. Actually, my mom really loves this cover as well, because during the time I was reading it, like every time she saw it, she's like, that looks like a cover that I would make, and I love that cover, that's so cute. So I think I might try to have my mom read this. She might like it. She really doesn't like the fantasy that I read. She definitely prefers when I read contemporary for some reason. So she's definitely not a fantasy person, and she probably will not be reading my book, so let's just put that out there. So basically, this book is about a girl, and her mom has just recently died, but kind of her dying wish was for her daughter to go to Italy and meet her father and spend the summer there and possibly spend a little more time there than just the summer. And I absolutely loved this book. If you love Mamma Mia and you're kind of like in that Mamma Mia hangover of like not being able to go see the movie in theaters anymore and the movie hasn't come out on DVD yet and you're needing something to fill that Mamma Mia void, this is the perfect book for you. Like, honestly, this book is so similar to Mamma Mia, but not in like obvious ways, just in like little ways where it feels like it is, especially the second movie. This definitely feels like the second movie, and it also just has like the heart of Mamma Mia. Like, it has like the same feeling and experience, and I absolutely loved this book so much. What I really loved about this book is that the main character is given her mom's journal from when she was pregnant with her, kind of like that year, so it is sort of like Mamma Mia in that aspect. But what I really loved about it is that we got to read a lot of her mom's journal entries, which was kind of like nice to see what her mom was doing and like see things from her perspective. And it was also kind of nice to have like this mystery of what she was doing in Italy, and her mom having like these kind of mystery guys that she was going around with, and it was just so much fun. And like I said, definitely reminds me of Mamma Mia. It was kind of perfect because in the month of August, I felt like I had like a really bad Mamma Mia hangover. Like, I could not read anything because all I wanted to do was listen to ABBA and watch Mamma Mia, and that's about it. Like, that was my whole life in August. So having a book like this was definitely really helpful for me, kind of not really getting over it, but just kind of working it out of my system a little bit. And I just loved it so much. And you have to listen to Taylor Swift when you read this book. Like, it is a must. Anything before 1989 is perfect for this book. And the very last book that I have read before my readathon was The Young Elites by Marie Lu. So if you follow me on Twitter, then you probably know how much I absolutely loved this book, and I was just blown away by how amazing this book is. The Young Elites was pretty much everything I could have asked for from a villain origin story novel. It was so brutal and dark, but also just like really interesting in this way that it humanized her so well before her kind of like turning to the dark side. That sounds really Star Wars-esque, but it is so true. It's like, oh, I loved it so much. It was so good. It totally reminds me of like Anakin's villain arc. It definitely is kind of like that same idea. Not really the same events or like the same like reason for him turning out to be a villain, but it's like very similar in like the story progression. And I just, oh, I loved it so much. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do if I end up hating the rest of the series, because I know that the series as a whole is kind of meh for some people. Like, everyone really likes this book, but then the second and third books are kind of meh. I really feel like I'm going to be so betrayed if I end up hating the rest of the series. I actually just bought it from Book Outlet, so I'm waiting for that package, and I'm going to definitely finish with this series after the Latinx Book Bingo readathon. And I really hope that I end up loving this series, because this first book was so strong. And I don't know what I'm going to do. It's just gonna be a bad time if I end up not liking this series. I'm just gonna be so devastated. Okay, so that was my little half wrap up for September. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed kind of getting to hear a little bit about the 3 books that I read for the first half of this month and how much I absolutely loved them. Like, these books, guys, were just literally everything to me. Like, I loved these books so much. 2 of them, both The Young Elites and Bring Me Their Hearts, have earned a place on my favorite shelf. And then Love and Gelato is also a definite new favorite of mine. And I just love these books so much. I need Love and Luck by Jenna Evans Welch so bad. Like, I just need all the sequels to these books. Like, they're all amazing. And I don't know. That's all I could say. There's so much that I can say about these books, but I have written reviews for each of these books, so they're all on my blog, all on Goodreads, so you can definitely check them out. And if you like this video, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I make new videos every Sunday and Wednesday. And make sure to also follow my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Goodreads. I will accept any friend requests on Goodreads as well. And also check out my blog. I post a lot of my reviews there. Also, go ahead and let me know if you liked this new sort of background and like me sitting on the chair instead of standing and having you look at my one shelf all the time. So if you guys like this, then just let me know. You know, I think it's kind of a cute little like change from like how I usually do my videos. So I think that that might be a thing that I try to do now. Also be sure to keep your eyes out for the reading vlogs that I'm going to be doing for the Latinx Book Bingo Readathon. That is between September 15th to October 15th. And like I said, I will be doing vlogs for the entire duration of that readathon. It's going to be awesome. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!